We have never, ever brought you a vessel this large. This is oval in shape. It is 8 quarts. It's a lidded Dutch oven. And we've got gorgeous colors. But I will tell you, already nearly 100 have been ordered since the beginning of the show. We don't have many of any color to go around. And I want you to take advantage of this because at LeCreuset.com, you would pay $400 for this vessel. We've got it at $299.98. We are $100.02 less. We're also on Easy Pay, all 6 of them, and our shipping and handling is absolutely free. Now, cerise is the color I collect, and many of you love as well. Cerise is the French word for cherry. So if you have any pieces in Le Creuset cherry, the cerise is the same color. This one is going to be very popular, I am sure. This one is Marseille. Marseille is named after the southern port city in France. This is called marine blue, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You can see that ombre effect where it's darker down below and then gets lighter blue as you make your way up. The one in the middle is called Caribbean. Caribbean, always a popular choice in Le Creuset on QVC. Beside that is the bright, sunshiny Soleil. Soleil is our most limited choice, fewer than 150. Down below is Cassis. This one is Cassis. Only 150 of those to go around. This color is called Oyster. Fewer than 200. And finally, the color that started it all at Le Creuset is Flame, and fewer than 200. These are 6 easy payments, free shipping and handling. We are over $100 less than LeCreuset.com. Chef Nate Collier's back with us, sir.
David, great to be here.
It's Comfort Food Day. It's 24-hour cook event. Would this be good for comfort food?
This would be so good for comfort food, David. And I love these cook events. There's so much going on. And that's what this vessel's all about, too, because it's 8 quarts. You can do so much in this. Not only the capacity, David, but the versatility. You can do everything in this. We're going to show stews, deep fries, soups, and comfort food. Talk about beef stew. 8 quarts of beef stew. And really, I mean, if you get down here and look at this, the browning on this meat that you can see in there, that's the secret to a flavorful beef stew, David. If you've ever had one that's thin and watery, you didn't sear the meat properly. So the cast iron, nothing retains heat like cast iron.
What did Julia used to say about her boeuf bourguignon? Pat the meat dry so it will brown more thoroughly.
And that's a great tip, David. You pat it dry and don't move it until it releases from the pan. See how that piece came right off of our beautiful enamel coating? That is how you know it's done. You've got that perfect brown flavor on there. And then once you've developed that flavor, David, you need to get it off the bottom of the pan. So this vessel is perfect because the cast iron retains the heat. Thank you, David. The cast iron retains the heat, which gives you that beautiful, beautiful brown flavor. And that's going to give you all that delicious, delicious brown fawn. We're going to get some veggies down in there. You want those to brown a little bit too. Little bit of tomato paste. And David, if you wouldn't mind picking up that red wine.
Red wine, of course. Now this is going to be great because watch what happens here when I pour the red wine in the bottom of that hot pan. It's going to start to bubble, and what Chef's going to do is he's going to scrape all those bits off the bottom. Those little bits are all full of flavor.
And you can see here, you already see to that beautiful sand enamel, everything is coming off the bottom, David. And so all that flavor, a couple things. One, it's going to end up in your stew, which is delicious. And 2, you don't have to worry about cleaning it or washing it later. So this Le Creuset cast iron is perfect for these stews because the cast iron retains the heat to develop that flavor.
Now some beef broth.
And that beautiful enamel is what releases the flavor back into the stew. You really cannot do this with any other cookware because you need that beautiful, beautiful heat retention, and you need the enamel to release the brown flavor back into the stew. So we've already browned off some additional meat. We're going to put this back in here. And here's another thing with cast iron. It retains the heat so well, you don't have to wait between batches to sear your meat because the pan is going to stay hot. You don't have to keep adjusting.
And look at the capacity. We're going to feed an army with that.
So we'll see what this looks like once it's done. But another thing I want to show you before I lid this beautiful precision rim right here, we mill this onto every piece of cast iron. It's the same quality cast iron and enamel as the base, and that locks right into place. That's going to trap the steam, trap the moisture, and give you the third thing you need with a beautiful stew is tender, tender meat, David.
Absolutely, and low and slow. Let that braise for hours, and it will make your house smell like heaven. Hey, let me tell you that over 300 of these are already gone. 300. And we're going to bring your camera back over here. I'm going to take you as you plate up that or bowl of ladle those bowls full of beef stew.
Beautiful.
I'm going to take you on a color tour. And these colors are amazing. You're going to love these. So hang on. We'll talk to you about color, and we'll talk to you about quantities because some of them are getting limited. They all come packaged in this gorgeous flame-colored box. Whenever my Le Creuset arrives, I sit on the front porch. I don't care if it's 3 degrees outside. I sit on the front porch and open it like it's Christmas morning. And my heart starts to beat faster as soon as I see that flame-colored box. This is cerise, which is the French word for cherry. This is Marseille. I have 150 now left in the Marseille. Remember, this is 8-quart capacity. Look how big this is. Huge. That's the little Le Creuset booklet inside. Love this so much. All right, so cherry, Marseille, marine. Fewer than 200. Here's the Caribbean. 150. This is Soleil. Now fewer than 100. Down below is our Cassis. This is oyster. And then finally, this one is our flame. Okay, 130 in the flame, 150 in the oyster. This is free shipping and handling, 6 easy payments at lecreuset.com right now. Oh, hello. Lecreuset.com, I think that's mac and cheese. You're going to find that this same vessel is $400. We're just over $100 less. We're 6 easy payments and free shipping and handling. Chef, is that what I hope it is?
That is, David. So these vessels are oven safe. You can see all this beautiful mac and cheese. We're talking about Easter, comfort food. You're bringing people over. This will keep the heat, so don't think that you need to finish this right away because this is going to stay warm. And look at how that cheese.
That's easily 7 quarts, because we didn't fill it to the slap
We did
top.
not.
That's easily 7 quarts of macaroni and cheese.
You think about it.
Christina, do you think you could make 7 quarts of mac and cheese for your big Italian family? Have you made?
Oh, this smells
Christina's
delicious,
my makeup
by the way.
artist, and she is a great cook. And she comes from a big Italian family, and we always talk food when she does my makeup. Do you make big mac and cheese for holiday? Do you do like 7 quarts? Great big pan. You do a big foil pan? Yeah. Put it in this baby girl.
And you could get, David, we're talking 16, 20, maybe 30 servings out of this. And I want to come here.
Or just one for me.
Or one for David. Look at this beautiful whole turkey breast that we roasted in here. This does double duty as a roasting pan.
Wow, is that
Think
good?
about a ham for Easter. I've done a bone-in pork roast in these, and I love this because you can sear it in the bottom. Put the lid on when you roast it, David, and you capture all that moisture in here. That turkey is going to be so moist and delicious after you cook it in cast iron.
Christine, is that your handiwork? It's delightful. Christine is another one of our prep chefs.
It does smell
Chef
delicious.
Steve is here too. Did you make crinkle cuts for me later, Steve? You're a good man. It's an embarrassment of riches up in here today. I have got all the great food. What to do for dinner tonight? I don't know what to do. I've had so much good food. I'll probably order Chinese on the way home.
Oh, David.
Well, pizza, or I'll just take home all your leftovers. Or fried chicken.
And look at
right?
this fried chicken,
You
David.
can fry in this vessel too. And folks, remember, we're talking 8-quart capacity. So if you want to be able to fry, you want to make sure you've got a vessel big enough to where you don't overcrowd the pan and you
right.
don't drop the temperature of the oil. So you dropped how many pieces
I
in there?
dropped probably 4 or 5 whole pieces
And
of
did you
fried
let your chicken come a little more room temperature?
We did, David. This is your down-home fried chicken recipe.
Oh, is this my recipe?
This is your recipe.
Oh, my word.
I
That's
love
great.
it. And I love deep frying in cast iron for 2 reasons. One, the heat retention. So it'll keep that heat if you want to do batches. You don't have to worry about waiting in between.
Do you see? It's rock solid.
It's not
350.
dropping.
It's
Not dropping at all.
So good.
We're doing this on induction, David. All of our cast iron cookware is an induction safe. So
And here's some pieces that have already been fried off and plated. You know what you call that? GBD.
golden brown delicious. That's
what I'm
right,
talking
David.
about. Now, right here, let's look in this pot. Because I want you to swing that camera right here, my friend. Check this out. We're talking, Tom is our cameraman today. Check this out.
Game day
Tom,
chili.
Shake that camera up and down if that looks good to you. Like nod with the camera. That's my boy. All right, very good. So, not like an earthquake, but we get the point. All right, so this is K47023. I'm kidding. But look at this. This is for the big game today. How many people are making chili for their big football game today, right?
And David, I love doing chili in this. One, the capacity is amazing. You could feed a huge crowd with this chili. Beautiful chunks of meat in there. I love that. Look at those beautiful chunks of meat. They're gonna be so tender. You leave it on the stove in the back on super low. This will maintain a low simmer. It'll be beautiful. It won't scorch. It won't reduce because the cast iron maintains that heat. And listen.
You know what I love most about this? It's got the chunks of meat in there.
I love that
too
in my chili.
It's chunks of meat.
And what I do at home, I've only got a family of 4, so I'll cook something this big, take advantage of the 8 quarts of capacity, and freeze it for later, David. So I can just pop it out and have a meal ready. Maybe, hopefully, my team's going on to the game next week. We can save it to serve it then as well.
Do you have a favorite team in this Final Four?
I do. Well, not in this Final Four. My team did not make it, but I tell you what, my college basketball team is number 2 in the country right now, and they're playing tonight too. So I might be watching a little bit of that game too.
Oh.
Serve some chili with that. Now, David, another one of your recipes. I just want to set this down over here.
This is chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. So we have the soup base right here, and I love that you start your recipe by poaching the chicken on the bone in the broth because it gets so tender. You can fit your whole chicken in this pot to make your broth, pull it out, shred it. You can see we've got the shredded chicken here into the soup base. Just like that, so you can do everything. You know, one of my daughters is home sick right now. I'll make a chicken soup just the same way with the whole chicken in there.
This is just perfect for that. And I'll tell you, if you are a little short on time, you can buy a rotisserie chicken and shred that too.
Absolutely right. And then we're just going to take these beautiful biscuit topping right on top, David. We're going to float those on top. You know, sometimes I'll do what I call it a slippery dumpling, which is more of the rolled thin dumpling.
And I make those most often, but these drop dumplings are very popular.
It's so easy too. You can just drop the biscuit dough right on top. We'll float those in there. And then this is oven safe, but because the lid retains the heat so well, you don't always have to put everything into the oven. I'm gonna mix match colors here a little bit. Lock that up, and that will poach the dumplings just fine without going into the oven.
Hey, Chef Nate, I'll tell you, we are very, very busy. I want to do one final color tour. Then we'll give you an update on the number ordered. We'll remind you about our value, and then I'm going to ask our prep chef, Christina, can you hook up our crew with a little bit of the mac and cheese and chili? Because I bet Christina would like to try the mac and cheese. She's my makeup artist. And Tom, our camera operator, would probably like some of that chili. So we'll make sure everyone gets fed. Here is cerise. Cerise is the cherry, French word for cherry. If you want the red, order the cerise. This is Marseille, fewer than 100. This is Marine, fewer than 150. Caribbean, 150. Soleil, 75 left. Cassis, fewer than 100. Oyster, fewer than 100. And Flame, fewer than 100. This same vessel, all 8 quarts at LeCreuset.com is $400. We are just over $100 less, or 6 easy payments and free shipping and handling. We've now taken orders for 800 gone.
Wow.
What is that?
David, this is a vegetable gratin. We just added some veggies to your tomato basil gratin. I just want to show people, you don't have to fill this all the way to the top, right? You can make 8 quarts of beef stew or chili in this, but you want a weeknight side dish. This is beautiful eggplant, zucchini, and cheese. You fill it halfway up and pop it right in the oven. It works just like a roasting pan.
I have a question. Why do I have to leave this room? I need to stay here and eat all of this.
You can.